There are two things absolutely certain when it comes to life. One, you can't live the same day twice. Two, at some point you are going to die, and everything else is a lottery. When you refuse to live the moment and you constantly look back to your memories, you, in fact, refuse to live. Because what is a memory? It's a piece of time in your head. What is the time in your head? It's your life. But at the same time, it's not real. It is not to be touched, not to be seen. You don't get to choose what exact pieces of time you'll remember. Sometimes the most important pieces of your life are but little black holes, like you weren't even there. Sometimes you'll remember the exact color of that ice cream you ate on that exact day on holidays when you were 6. But there wasn't anything special about that ice cream. Caden constructs his life that way. He crafts every single memory of his life to the slightest detail into a gigantic stage play, which seems to never end since he's growing older and there is increasingly more memories to craft into his stage play. As a result, he spends his life within not real adaptations of not real pieces of time from inside of his head. Essentially, he lives in a stage representation of his memories, his life. And it is clearly not a healthy way to live. Most of his happiest memories are from pieces of time which he spent with his real friends, when he loved, when he lived. That was real. His memories aren't, no matter how real the actual stage play is. It's only his perspective on the time he lived, how he remembered it.
So I'm reading The Trial.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Franz Kafka's The Trial is a story of a man trapped inside of a labyrinth of bureaucracy, rumors, fate. Caden is trapped as well, but in a labyrinth of his mind and his memories. Once he sets out to find the essence of life, he only encounters more turns and dead ends on his way. And he doesn't know how to turn back. We all, humans, live in our minds. We are imprisoned by them. It's impossible to enter someone else's mind. You simply cannot read anyone's thoughts but your own. It's the finest irony about us. Everyone tries to overcome that obstacle of separate minds by talking, falling in love, by sex, by art, by emotions. Caden tries too, but he forgets to live with the outside world at the same time, despite the fact that it's the outside world that makes him happy. And when you are happy, everyone else is happy. And when you are sad, everybody around you is miserable too. It's not egoistic to pursue your own happiness. In fact, it's the only way to be happy and spread your happiness to others. If you don't have something, you can't share it with anyone else. And it's not that Caden isn't looking, but he looks in the wrong place. His head isn't the place. It's but an inventory to share experience and stories. It's not real. It's a simulation of something what once was real but isn't anymore. It's gone. Cotard delusion, also known as Cotard syndrome, is a rare mental disorder in which the affected person holds the delusional belief that they are already dead.
I feel well.
Caden's last name is Cotard, and he acts as if he was trying to get his dead body to live again. And how can he be feeling different when most of the things he encounters on a daily basis is dead? Memories are only dead pieces of time. And when you go back to your memories, you become that dead, past you, for a moment. By coming back to your memories, you somehow teleport yourself into the version of yourself that is no longer. It's gone, but you make it falsely alive for a second. Only on the surface. Because when you refuse to live in the moment and turn back to the past instead, you become dead, like the past itself. You make yourself gone. Also, I believe that artists at all are cursed, that there is such thing as the artist's curse, for they are more of historians of the human species. By their work, they make understanding ourselves easier for us, the regular people. They are born to observe and illustrate the ways of people that are the best and the worst. But it doesn't come without a cost. They have to sacrifice huge chunks of their lives to create their works, the mirrors in which we can see ourselves clearly. Kayden sacrifices his life as well. He wants to discover the essence of life, so everyone else can understand it. He's an artist, after all. However, our lives are way too big to comprehend it, since they grow bigger with every second. With each thought, our collection of pieces of time, also known as memories, grow bigger. With every next step, the real world outside grows bigger. Probably this is why artists tend to limit their stories. They invent structures to make complicated motives play out faster. The hero's journey, the symbolism, the typical film structure. They make it simple. The basis of all the stories of the world, our lives, is too convoluted, too incomprehensible, too accidental, too amazing. Kayden also wants to benefit from his creation, the stage play of his. He wants to create a physical, perfectly coherent and cohesive map of his past life, so he can find answers to all the burning questions he has as a human being. Where did I make mistakes? How to fix them? How to avoid the unbearable sadness of the experience of living? How to be joyful and happy endlessly? Maybe if it wasn't for sadness, we would never be happy. Maybe it's impossible to achieve what Kayden wants to achieve. Maybe instead of examining those dead, gone pieces of time we once were in, we should just look straight ahead, smile to our best friends, tell them, this is the best day of my life, while they are still with us. A synecdoche is a member of the figurative language family. It's an odd word for what is simply using part of a whole to represent the whole. The word bread can be used to represent food in general, or money. The word sails is often used to refer to a whole ship. A 2-hour film used to refer to its character's whole life. A character called Kayden Coulthard used to refer to every living person's experience of life. Experience of trying to take a look at their life. Synecdoche New York is Charlie Kaufman's magnum opus. It's bigger than a film can ever be. It's hilarious, tragic, ridiculous, scary, funny, entertaining, gloomy, sad, happy, full, poignant, deft, often at the same time. And it was his directorial debut. I watched it 15 to 20 times to say the least, and I always find something new in it, a new interpretation theory, a new detail. For example, you can see Sammy, the actor who plays Kayden, in his stage play in the various moments of his life, before they meet for the first time during the audition. There is a never-ending list of details like this in Synecdoche New York, and every single person who watches it is guaranteed to see different themes in it along the way. Kayden Coulthard is a rather successful theatre director in his mid-30s. He has a wife, Adele, who is a visual artist, and a little daughter, Olive. He's also a bit hypochondriac. His parents aren't that much into his job. A nice co-worker of his, Hazel, flirts with him from time to time. He successfully directs the death of a salesman and wins a renowned MacArthur Grant to create his biggest stage play to date. What do you think? How is his life going to turn out? Hi, I am Kuba, and you are in my Move the Mind Season 2 themed office. And that was probably the most difficult video essay to write in my entire life. Simply because Charlie Kaufman's Synecdoche, New York holds a special place in my heart, and how many great in-depth interpretations of this film there already are on YouTube. So I felt quite a pressure, trust me. Nevertheless, hope you liked it very much. Every episode of a Move the Mind season comes out once in 2 weeks. Dziękuję za oglądanie. Oraz, jak zawsze, ładnie proszę o kciuka w górę pod tym materiałem i o subskrypcję. Każdy odcinek drugiego sezonu Poruszonego Umysłu, którego motywem przewodnim są autorzy, wychodzi co 2 tygodnie.